Bears really toppled from their throne. Harbaugh looking big downstairs. Oh, incomplete and almost is intercepted. Intercepted by the Seahawks. Eugene Robinson, after a fumble, comes up with it. And now a flag goes down, and they may rule that not a fumble, but an illegal forward pass as the ball ricochets through hands, and the Bears turn it over.
Well, Harbaugh, this is the pass he talked about and visiting with him yesterday. He wanted to throw that seam pass to his tight end after faking a run. Well, the fake wasn't very good. It held no one. And then he lobbed the ball up between people, one of the most dangerous kind of passes to throw.
We have an interception and an illegal forward pass on the return. 5-yard penalty. First down.
As we had indicated, first you'll see Ned Bolcar get a hand on it, deflected it, and goes through Thornton, bounces around. Bolcar gets the interception and then tries to lateral it, but it's a forward lateral to Robinson. I'm not sure that was really intent.
Dick, that was purely a fumble.
8:45 left in the third quarter. Harbaugh hit by Jacob Green, and down he goes as the veteran Green logs his 98th sack of his great career.
Keith Van Horn, I think, started to feel real comfortable with Jacob Green throughout the first half. He handled him pretty well, and all of a sudden Green turned it on, and it made the difference. Van Horn just relaxed a little bit and lost him right here. Now Harbaugh holds the ball a little longer than usual, and that got them in trouble too.
Falk is set to the right, one of 3 wides that way. Harbaugh under pressure, dives forward with Eugene Robinson all around him. Eugene Robinson, who came into the game with 820 career tackles, top in Seahawks history. And he downs it, and a flag down. This may be grounding because he was not outside the tight ends. Antonio Edwards was bearing down on him. If you get outside the tight ends, you can down it, but not in this case.
Tom, that's going to be a safety, a penalty in the end zone. If that's intentional grounding by the quarterback from the end zone, it's 2 points for the Seahawks.
An inauspicious start for Jim Harbaugh at the controls of the Colt offense. Did you think he was wide enough to get away with the grounding?
You have to go from outside a double tight end formation. You have to be outside of that box. He was very close to the edge of it. And I'm sure that's what the discussion is now. Was he outside of a tight end, double tight end formation box?
We've got a multiple foul. Number 63, offense downfield. That penalty's declined. We got intentional grounding in the end zone. Safety. Kickoff 20.
Double tight end formation, so basically from here to here is where Jim Harbaugh has to stay. If he throws the ball beyond the line of scrimmage, then it would not be intentionally grounding. He was inside the box, and I'm not sure the ball ever made it to the line of scrimmage anyway. Good call by the officials.
Correct call. Harbaugh sacked. Michael McCrary circled around to get his first sack of the season.
McCrary working against Will Wolford. Just simply too quick for him here. Way out to the outside, and Wolford, even with a hold, not able to contain him.
Second sack of the day for the Seahawk defense.
It's really going to be important for the Colts to be able to run the ball on the Seahawks. The Colts have had a tremendous problem protecting Harbaugh and their quarterbacks. They've given up 10 sacks so far in 2 games. That's the second worst in the National Football League. If they can run the football, protect Harbaugh, give him some confidence, it's going to make a big difference for him.
Harbaugh, 15 hurries, 3 knockdowns, 8 sacks, 1 deflection, 2 interceptions. He has been harassed. 4 wide receivers for the Colts. Second time we have seen this offensive set. Harbaugh in the shotgun. Harris in the motion man on the right-hand side. Looks right, comes back, looks left. Then he is pulled down by his jersey at the 29-yard line. That is another sack. That is the 9th sack that Harbaugh has suffered. Chad Brown got him.
I don't think you can put this on the offensive line. Watch how many different places Harbaugh looks for a receiver. He's looking right, deep, short, and it moves a little bit. Actually, the offensive line does its job.
The guy that made the sack there, Chad Brown, he's a linebacker in their normal situations, but there he was lined up as a nickel end and he got free. Salamua did a good job, though, putting pressure on Harbaugh so that Chad Brown could make the sack.
Chad Brown's probably going to get more attention on offenses, so Sinclair's numbers on sacks should go up.
Colts with 4 wide on 3rd down. Harbaugh is in trouble. Ball is loose, and it is recovered by the Colts. Tony Mandarich was there to recover the fumble.
Well, again, it was Michael Sinclair coming in from the left side of the Seahawk defense that put pressure on Harbaugh. Again, we said earlier, one of the keys for the Colts today was to protect the quarterback. Right there he is, and he pried that ball loose, but they were lucky that Mandarich was there to get the fumble.
Jim, you're going to see 94 also. Chad Brown jump inside Meadows. He's in there too. So the 2 defensive ends.
That's right.
Sandwich the quarterback and pop it loose.
That's right.
Harbaugh now has been sacked twice in the ball game, 10 times on the year. The quarterback package, both of them together have been sacked. Play action fake. Harbaugh steps forward. He's going to be pulled down. Pulled down by Philip Daniels. That is the 3rd time in the ball game that Harbaugh has been sacked. 11 on the year.
And gentlemen, every time you see Harbaugh go back in a 5-step drop, he didn't have time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7-step drop, and also a play action fake, and there's pressure there.
Yeah, you know, when you give that play action fake, one of the reason for doing that is to hold the linebackers in the coverage and also slow down the defensive lineman, and he's not doing that. That offensive line is really struggling with pass protection.
He's out just for a breather. Now in reality, 3 wides on the set. Harbaugh has pressure, heavy drop. He is sacked again. That is the 4th time in the ball game. He has been sacked 12 times this year in 2.5 games.
Sam Adams is the guy who first makes the move. He gets right inside Tariq Glenn, the rookie, and then Cortez Kennedy cleans up for the sack. You can, come on, gentlemen, we got to protect the quarterback. He's wide open.
See what he's seeing right there, Bob. He's seeing that they had a receiver downfield that was open, and Lenny's saying, oh my God, we had an open guy and we got sacked.
Pressure and another sack. That is sack number 5, and a flag is down. May have gotten a face mask on the side.
There's 98 right there. Hand on the face mask. Tariq Glenn is the man lined up right in front of him, and Sam Adams just blew by him like Tariq didn't know the snap count. And Tariq Glenn is resting over there with Ron Blackledge.
Play action fake. Harbaugh may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. If he's at the, no, he's at the 6. That goes as a sack.
Is that 5 on the day?
6 on the day.
6 on the day.
6 on the day.
McDaniel is the one who makes the sack. Nobody open, and Harbaugh is normally very nifty at running. You can see that he's a little gun shy because he's been hit so much.
Oh yeah, and I don't blame him. I mean, he's had taken some shots in his career, but especially this year.
It appears as if he is all right. It is absolutely unbelievable. He has such great flexibility, and here's another sack taken by Jim Harbaugh, and that is his 7th of the ball game, and Chad Brown nails him on this one.
Well, it's a good thing this game is not televised in Indianapolis, because they'd have to look at stuff like this. 17 punts, 4 times the half or game has ended, 3 missed field goals, 2 interceptions, 2 fumbles, 1 on downs, 4 field goals, no touchdowns through 3 games.
And that becomes a challenge now for the Indianapolis Colts. As Harbaugh goes down again, that is the 8th time that he has been sacked. He has been sacked 16 times already this year, and Chad Brown gets another one.
Wow, Jim.
Yeah.
Last year you were head coach in the NFL. Had 10 years down in New Orleans. What do you do? You're Lindy and Fonnie. What do you do?
Well, he's got so many problems right now. It's hard to find. Where do I start? It's hard to say but it starts with the offensive line, but he's got 2 rookies in there, and he's got to play them. You know, he's got to fight through this. He's got to fight through it.
8 penalties on San Diego. Now it's 1st down and 15 back at the 33. Harbaugh down the middle and intercepted and picked off
by Darrell Williams. Zigzagging the field, gets a block, staggers down to the 35. A 21-yard return. Harbaugh with the interception. Harbaugh just lets this ball go high to the inside, thinking he's reading double coverage. What he sees right there, you see the linebacker, number 51, is Anthony Simmons running man for man. But the two safeties were playing well inside. Both of them were playing halves, but both of them were playing well inside the numbers. Right almost at the hash marks, and it was an easy interception that time for Darrell Williams. The read came, though, when he saw the middle linebacker, Anthony Simmons, running with the tight end, Jones, up the field. San Diego with 2 timeouts. Back to pass. Harbaugh got a great block. Pocket collapses, and down he goes. Philip Daniels got him first. The first sack of Harbaugh today. Adams gets off the pile. Kennedy, and then at the bottom of the pile is Philip Daniels. Watch the quarterback now. The offensive line has been doing such a good job of just solid protecting. The pocket is good now. He tries to step up, and when he steps up, that's when the pressure gives way. Aaron Taylor on the left side, remember he said 1, 2, 3, throw. That time he went to about 5, and there was no more time to throw. 3rd and 15, they got to get to the 37. Here comes Sinclair, and down goes Harbaugh. Seattle defense did the job that time. Michael Sinclair now at left end is going to come up the field, and he contains. His rush is coming up the field. Then he peels back to the inside. You'll see him coming out of the screen right here. Just as Harbaugh steps up, his contain collapses, or does what he's supposed to. He collapses that contain and makes the tackle.
Qualcomm Stadium, San Diego. Ryan Leaf back out. The right wrist is taped up, and he's really in a tough situation, Darrell, because if San Diego comes back and wins and Ryan's on the sidelines, no one's going to want him back in the game. Harbaugh throws it, and it's intercepted. Sean Springs with his first pick of the year. It was intended for Michael Ricks, and it looked like Ricks had made a nice adjustment to the ball.
It looked like he made a really nice adjustment, and the underthrown long ball is hard to defend. Sean Springs right here, a lot of bumping going on down the field, but watch at the last second. He comes back because it's underthrown. It goes right through his hands. Michael Ricks is having a very, very tough second half. They're going to go for it.
So 4th down. We'll call it 4 from the 16. 4 yards to go. Clock continues to move, and here, so look at what San Diego has done on 4th down. Not very encouraging. 0 for 4. Harbaugh checking off at the line of scrimmage. Incomplete. Freddie Jones was making his cut as the ball sailed past him. The 2-minute warning.
Said he would like to get back in a 3-4 instead of playing this 4-3 defense.
3rd and 7. Harbaugh steps up. Intercepted. Anthony Simmons with the turnover.
Has vision and knows what he's capable of doing, but right here he tries to throw across his body, throws that ball up for grabs, rolling one way and trying to throw back the other way.
Terrell Fletcher checked in, first play, 2nd quarter, no score. Seahawks and Chargers. Fumble. And another turnover for Seattle. Chad Brown scooped it up.
Look at the replay, and Chad Brown is just Johnny on the spot. All he did is he had backside contain coming around the corner, and the ball is on the ground.
And Terrell Fletcher saved a touchdown.
Very nice tackle, by the way, by Terrell.
Some confusion about the play for the Chargers. And another fumble on the snap, and Seattle has it again. 3 turnovers for the Seahawks. George Coots fell on it.
And I don't believe Harbaugh expected the ball to be snapped when it was. I don't believe that he expected to get the snap. And if it comes a little early to you, the quarterback can't open his hands. And it looks like he did call for it. And
so 1st and 10 from the Seattle 47. Harbaugh with some time. Oh, and he's nailed Jay Bellamy. And Bellamy brought it.
Jay Bellamy, we talked with him the other day, and he's coming off a big game where he had 2 interceptions. Says this team wants it, and they want it bad, and they're not giving up. They're not quitting. And that's the way the NFL wants you to hit the quarterbacks these days. Not with your helmet, shoulder to shoulder.
Trying to tie it up. Trailing 14-12. Harbaugh. He'll run it.
Fumbles the ball. He fumbled the ball forward, and it was picked up by, I believe, an offensive lineman.
Well, Jay Bellamy supplied the hit.
On an extra point, we have the 2-minute fumble rule in effect. The fumbling player has to recover the ball in the end zone before it's a touchdown. Therefore, the extra point is incomplete. No good.
What he's talking about, the 2-minute rule, you cannot fumble the ball forward to one of your players.
Meanwhile, Moses Moreno has checked in, and we understand that Jim Harbaugh is back in the locker room.